Welcome to the video tutorial for Crooked Caper. Let me show you how to play the game. In this heist minigame, two teams will be competing to steal the most gold and win the game. You'll play 3 days, each day as both a thief and a guard. Let's go over how to play as a thief. At the start of the game, the random mansion will generate, and we'll then be able to purchase some gadgets to help us in the upcoming caper. We'll skip this for now and come back later. Our primary objective as a thief is to steal as much gold in the mansion as possible and to escape the mansion. All the gold that we accumulate will carry on to each progressive day, so it's important to make sure that each day counts. In addition, to keep the gold that we stole, we need to make sure to escape. If you get caught or you run out of time, you will lose all the gold that you stole. So you do need to find an exit vent and leave the mansion. We'll enter the mansion through one of these entry/exit vents. The vents we enter the mansion through are the same ones we'll need to use to leave the mansion, so it'll help to look through all of the vents before hopping out. Once I do, we can start by collecting the gold on the floor and keeping an eye out for the safe, which is also known as a valuable. And you can see on the top there's a bar with the health and worth. If it's green, I can punch it to break it open, but if the bar turns red, I do not want to punch it as it will reset its health. Once I've opened it, it does make a lot of noise, so it'll probably be time to hide. You can see there's cameras on the ceiling, and those cameras could easily reveal my location. Luckily, I am invisible by default. However, if I get in the view of a camera or a guard, I will start to become visible, and if I'm in their vision for too long, I'll be completely visible, and it'll be time to run. Luckily, when I crouch, I can hide behind obstacles, as you see right here. You can hear a pinging sound coming from the guard, and that pinging is a great way to locate and avoid guards. You can see on the floor he's been placing some runes. Luckily, I can crouch past them. Those are traps, so I'll want to avoid them and avoid activating them because they can set off some nasty effects. And if I do not crouch, you'll see I activate the rune on the floor. So now I'm going to be looking for a vent. There are other vents that are scattered around the mansion, which are not the entry/exit vents. They do look identical, but these are paired vents, and they can teleport you around the mansion. All I have to do is crouch over them, and that will allow me to enter the vent. You can see here there's a paired vent. Just be careful because it's very noisy, and it makes you visible. Okay, great. But now we just found a guard, which is probably bad, and we have a guard in our tail. Let's rewind really quick and talk about gadgets. Before entering the mansion, we can spend some gold on our gadgets. Just remember that the gold that we're spending is the same gold we need to win, so don't spend too much. The gadgets also don't move to the next day, so you'll only want to buy what you can use. If an item is popular, the vendor will increase the price, and you can see the number of gadgets that I have is on the XP bar. Each gadget has a different ability, so you want to try them all out. And don't worry, guards cannot see the gadgets you're holding. Let's get back to that chase. Luckily, I bought a smoke bomb, so I should be able to escape this guard and get out of the mansion. Let's quickly find an exit vent. Remember, these exit vents are the same ones that we entered through. But if you can't remember where they are, you can still find them. When you're on a vent, the bar on top will either say paired vent or exit vent. And you can see that this vent over here, this is an exit vent when it says on top. So I'll be able to escape with all the gold that we have. All that gold we stole will go directly to our team's total. And once again, the team with the most gold wins. So I'll need to steal lots of gold without getting caught. Let's move on to the guard. As a guard, you have 2 jobs: to protect valuables and to catch thieves. To help catch thieves, you can buy runes each night that will act as traps. The credits that you use to purchase runes replenish each night, so you might as well spend them all, though be wary that the credits that you do spend are shared amongst the team. Each rune is different, so play around with them to see what works best for you. You can see that the XP bar shows how much of each rune I have. Once we get into the mansion, you'll want to start by placing these runes down on the floor. Now, it's also best to hide these runes a little bit so that thieves will not be able to see them and simply crouch past them or avoid them. You can also see that I can collect up to 100 gold, and then I can deposit it and store it into a valuable for safekeeping. The valuable will store my gold, and that will allow me to pick up more gold. Onto the stealth system. Thieves are invisible by default, and you can't spot any if you're running. So if you want to find new thieves, you need to start by walking around, searching carefully, and listening for any strange sounds. If they come into your vision cone, which you can see by the circle on my screen, you'll begin to reveal that hidden thief. It'll take a few seconds to reveal them, but in that time, you'll be able to track the shadow particles that you just saw on screen. Once you have revealed them, you can safely chase after them without any worries. On the top of the screen, you can see there's a bar, and that bar represents my stamina. You'll build up stamina as you are walking around or standing still, and if your bar is filled up to the max, you're able to sprint, and that will give you a small speed boost, which will use up some of that stamina. That's really useful in a chase, or like here, you can see that I can chase after a alarm. Once I kill the thief, then they will drop all their gold, and each thief that you catch is less gold for the opposing team. And that's how you play. There's a lot of information to take in, so don't feel panicked if you don't remember everything. The best teacher is experience, and asking everybody else about their own strategies and tactics will definitely help. I hope you enjoy Crooked Caper.